Okay, now with that out the way, how y'all feeling? How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing fantastic. This is gonna be short because I know if I don't do it, it won't be done today. So yeah, yeah. For these 5 minutes, let's just vibe out doing whatever under the weather. But I don't need me no sweater. All I need is the cheddar. Matter of fact, I don't even need that because I'll say whatever. Mm. I'll say it out so I can get me a Mesozoic. Like a man in mountains, I'm stoic. But I'm rolling and they're doing hot. It is. Hot it is. Hot is it? Ah, screw it. How many of y'all are freaking Star Wars fans? Like, I could never get into Star Wars. Like, best believe, when it came to the actual cartoon, oh, I was on that. Like the animated series with Anakin Skywalker before he became Darth Vader. Yeah, I could vibe with that. Other than that, I could never really get into it. I don't know why. Like, it just never appealed to me. And yet I was so quick to get into Indiana Jones. Granted now, Indiana Jones, especially the first one, later Raiders of the Lost Ark, like that's a thrill ride, and I do love that thrill ride. Like it makes you think so many type of different emotions, and I just love that funny thing that he did. This friction, this freaking man in Egypt, just straight over here, just doing these Indian like, out here, like for real, like I feel like I would do the same thing. Like, bro, you doing way too much. I got a weapon. Cuz gonna come out with that big knife. I'm like, you feel me? And it ain't even right. And it ain't even gonna be metal shells that come out of it. It's just gonna be something that's pressure based. And that's what's so funny. Like when you realize that guns work off of principles of pressure and not just metal, you start to realize that anything can become a gun. That doesn't mean that you should start creating guns. That just means that you can use the principle in ways that can benefit the planet. There we go. Meaning, yes, do not grab guns. No, do not make things just to try to make a weapon. Do it for the betterment of the planet. Again, I will reiterate, do it for the betterment of the planet. Do not just make no gun, especially if it's pressure based. And speaking of pressure, I wonder how many PSI they operate on. You know? Right, like you see it so many times. Something like a 50 BMG, one of, if not the strongest sniper rifles that could be commercially sold. Again, I'd have to really look into that personally. But if something like that can make a water barrel jump, and all it takes is for you to just pull a trigger, then you know that there's an amplification of power there. That's all I can say. Right? Because something that powerful, right? To the point where all it takes is just for you to just pull it at a flick of a finger. Bam. You ain't even gotta do too much after that. Wait a minute. Hold on. How do they do it? When you pull it, it shoots outwards. But there's gunpowder that creates a whole bunch of pressure too, as well as heat. But it also follows the groove of the barrel, shoots outwardly. Being constrained. Yeah. High amounts of pressure with a volatile explosive inside a contained chamber that's being released. And you have that powder in the shell, which is why when the shells, which is why when you pull the trigger and that projectile comes out, the shells dump out because the shells held the gunpowder. And when that explosion takes place, compression happens as well as a whole bunch of heat that projects it all the way outwardly. So again, you don't need a high amount of power to get things done. All you need is scientific principles to achieve the same effect. And hold on, I said I wasn't gonna do no more than 5 minutes. Let me see how long. Man, I'm way over 5 minutes. But let me see. What's good, Green Saber? And stay. You know what? I've said this in my other videos, so I'm gonna just say this. Ashe peace out, adios. Mwah, mwah.